Marketing has changed and evolved so drastically over the past decade, driven by technology and the internet. Through this transformation, an interesting set of behavior has occurred of which marketers are just starting to take advantage. While technology has been the main driver of increased consumption behavior, it has also done more to increase the amount of shopping being done without purchasing. While retail purchasing may have increased steadily driven by online shopping, the amount of time people spend shopping and browsing has increased at an even greater rate. Hello, my name is Greg Maloney, and I'm going to explain the process of pull purchasing and what you can do to get your customers to that last stage in the buying process, which is making the actual purchase. First of all, the information gathering process we all do with products that interest us is the first step in shopping. Many of these information gathering events are unlikely to result in a purchase. Yet, with online shopping cart abandonment rates as high as 70%, there is clearly a tremendous opportunity for increased conversion into a purchase. And that number of events is growing exponentially. Over half of consumers state that they will browse a product online while shopping in a store to price compare. Even if they make that in-store purchase, they've effectively increased their shopping experience to include multiple channels. The path to purchase is becoming a much more complicated process that can no longer be manipulated by a single retailer. There are so many more instances occurring every day where a consumer is shopping and not making a purchase that it becomes even more important for manufacturers and retailers to do something to pull that consumer to the point of purchase. With the tremendous potential that these opportunities possess, it is imperative that companies are implementing a pull purchasing strategy to help the consumer across that finish line to make that actual purchase. This strategy is typically a result of companies that are implementing an omni-channel marketing approach, where they see the consumer experience as the center of the buying decision. There are no longer clear strategies on how to market to consumers via different channels, but instead, these channels are all seen as an opportunity to build on the experience a consumer has on the path to purchasing your product. Companies with strong pull purchasing strategies are sending email reminders when you leave unpurchased items in a checkout cart, or suggesting complimentary products after you make a purchase, or even sending coupons and rebates in response to specific use cases of the consumer. But isn't this a little creepy? I mean, why does this large online retailer remember birthdays from out-of-town relatives that I've sent presents to in the past before I even remember them? Amazon seems to know exactly what types of products I am interested in before I even start searching, and Google somehow knew I was shopping in Kohl's recently and sent me a coupon while I was in the store. There's definitely a feeling of Big Brother here. So how are companies getting away with this without upsetting their customers? The amount of information a company has about each of us as consumers can be surprising at times. While many of the previous generations have been skeptical about the creepiness of a company knowing your personal details, the consumer today appears to be more impressed with the capabilities companies are employing and almost expects some level of intrusion into their lives, as has been ingrained in their everyday submergence in social media. Well, why should I even have to expend the energy of thinking about what I need to purchase when the internet can just tell me? So here is the perfect merging of situations that is leading to one of the greatest opportunities for marketers in the past decade. Consumers are shopping more than ever, which is building tremendous amounts of information around consumer preferences. Shoppers, at the same time, are becoming less and less skeptical about the use of their information and are instead welcoming suggestions from manufacturers and retailers as long as it shows some understanding of who they are as a consumer. In this new frontier of omni-channel consumer-centric experiences, how are companies faring? Are they developing processes that are effectively pulling these consumers across the finish line to the purchase, or are their efforts ineffective? The retailer that sends emails every day on random sale items, or the insurance company that calls twice a day for 5 days straight after you enter your information for an online quote, they may not be employing an effective pull purchasing strategy. However, the retailer that sends a coupon for your birthday or a suggestion for a pair of pants that match a shirt that you recently purchased or a link to an instructional video for that surfboard you just bought, they understand the new generation of consumers and what is making them respond. This consumer has given up the fight to hide their information and instead want it to be used to enhance their experience. Know me and impress me. They are beckoning to retailers, looking for that unique experience in which they are pulled into a purchase that is beneficial to them. Something that makes them feel like an individual after being lost in the sea of technology and social media that overwhelms our lives at times. Consumers are waiting to be pulled into their next purchase. What are the best companies doing to pull them that last step, and is your company doing it the right way?